The earrings of the three selves. A quiet legend whispered by the sea and worn by women who remember. They weren't made for beauty, though they shimmered like starlight. They weren't made for wealth, though they held the worth of time. The earrings were crafted from 3 pearls on each side, balanced with golden wire resting near the heart's echo. They were meant to remind. Not everyone could hear their story, but those who listened closely felt it in the quiet weight against their skin. On the left, the pearls of becoming. The first pearl was for the maiden. Soft as a dream, restless as wind, she held the joy of not knowing. The second, the mother, steady hands, aching arms, 1,000 untold sacrifices. She was the keeper of light in the dark. The third, the crone, her wisdom was sharp as silence. She saw endings and beginnings as the same thing. On the right, the pearls of being. These weren't a reflection, they were a mirror, one for who she is now, one for who she hides, one for who she's still becoming. No one wore them to follow fashion, they wore them because they remembered or wanted to. Some said if you wore the earrings long enough, you could hear the sea whisper old names, the ones you forgot when the world asked you to shrink. But she didn't wear them for magic, she wore them for truth. And truth, like pearls, is quiet, but it always shines. When she wore the earrings, something shifted. Not the world, not yet, but the way she stood inside it. She noticed her voice stopped trembling when she said no. Her laughter returned, not forced, not loud, just a true. One evening, while brushing her hair, she caught her own eyes in the mirror and whispered, "I remember you." Not the girl she used to be, not the woman everyone expected, but all of them braided together like the pearls that danced just beneath her jawline. People began to ask, "Where did you get those? Why do they feel like something old, but not from here? They look like they belong in a storybook." She'd smile and just say they were made for remembering. Not remembering a person, but a power. A softness that had teeth, a kindness that didn't apologize. A woman who could hold maiden dreams, mothering strength, and crone wisdom in one breath. One night, under a crescent moon, she gave the earrings to a friend. "You're ready," she said, "not because you feel ready, but because you already are." The friend wore them and began her remembering too. Because that's what the earrings were meant for, not to be kept, but to be passed on. From woman to woman, like a secret carried in moonlight and wire. Chapter 2, The Second Wearer. She didn't think they would suit her. Her hands trembled slightly as she clasped them on. She was the type who fixed things for others, but left her own edges unstitched. The moment the pearls brushed her skin, they didn't whisper, they pulsed. Not loudly, but like a heartbeat she hadn't noticed was hers. The pearls said, "We don't ask who you've been, we only ask, are you ready to listen now?" She didn't answer, but her silence wasn't fear this time, it was sacred. She walked through the day slower, not dragging, just aware. She noticed things again, how her tea steamed in the morning, how the wind braided itself into the trees, how she always dimmed her light to comfort others. That night, she stood barefoot on her balcony, the earrings still warm, and she realized she'd mistaken survival for living. The maiden in her smiled softly. I remember wanting to dance in the rain. The mother in her stood tall. I carried others for so long, I forgot how to carry myself. The crone just nodded. You're not late. You're right on time. She wrote in her journal for the first time in years, not poetry, not goals, just truth. And before bed, she whispered to the earrings, "Thank you for waiting until I was ready." The earrings would not stay with her forever. They were meant to move, to find the next woman hiding her magic beneath apology. But for now, they rested where they belonged, on ears ready to listen, to soften, to begin again. One quiet morning, she placed the earrings in a small velvet pouch. No ribbon, no note, just meaning. She walked without knowing exactly where she was going, but her heart did. She dreamt of a girl with tired eyes and paint on her fingers, of a stranger humming to herself in the rain, of someone out there waiting for something they couldn't name. But someone would find them, hold them, feel the warmth still in the metal, and hear the first whisper. We don't ask who you've been, we only ask, are you ready now?